Stop! Parents spanking or hitting their children is child abuse. Child abuse is very real and happens all over the world. Just in America, 1 in 58 children have experienced abuse, making it likely that at least one person in this room has experienced abuse from their parents. Not only is child abuse bad, but it also has negative effects on the child's physical and psychological health. First off, and most noticeable, is the negative effects to a child's physical health through physical abuse. Over 50% of reported accounts of child abuse were physical abuse, and physical abuse includes striking, burning, bruising, and shaking. Burning, which can create lifelong scars, and striking, particularly to the head, can cause permanent and irreversible brain damage, usually leading to growth and brain development problems throughout the child's life. The shaking of toddlers can lead to shaken baby syndrome, which is believed to be one of the main causes of SIDS. SIDS, which stands for sudden infant death syndrome, is where an infant suddenly dies, usually in its sleep, and in some extreme cases, the life of the child can be jeopardized. On average, there are 4 deaths a day due to child abuse. In addition to physical abuse, there is sexual abuse. Sexual abuse is the abuse of a parent or guardian towards a child through sexual contact or sexual molestation. Nearly 10% of reported accounts of child abuse were of sexual abuse, and boys tend not to report it more than girls. This is believed to be because they feel more embarrassed. 90% of sexual abuse victims were sexually abused by someone they know, either friend or family. As for psychological health, negative effects can be seen in the child's emotions and the way he or she grows up. Emotionally, the child begins to feel alone, and from there, he or she develops depression. Depression develops when the child has no one to talk to, and because of the fact that he or she begins to feel that the family does nothing to stop the child abuse. The child also begins to lose his trust. The trust in the family, the trust in the friends, and the trust in whoever has been abusing this child. The trust in the family diminishes as no one does nothing for them. And the child begins to fear adults or the type of people that have been abusing the child. Also, as the child begins to grow up, they become more likely to commit crimes, and children who are abused are 59% more likely to become arrested at least once in their lifetime. Child abuse is a cycle, and 33% of child abuse victims will grow up to beat or abuse their own children. Remember when I said that it is likely that at least one person in this room has experienced abuse? Well, I am one of them. I have taken it upon myself to help prevent child abuse, as I have experienced it firsthand. Education and educating is the first step in prevention. Talk about it with your family and friends. Also, if you know someone who may be a victim of child abuse, don't be afraid to take action and help prevent this violent cycle by calling 1-800-4CHILD, because if we don't help them, who will they rely on?